hopefully everyone's had a chance to check out the single stroke technique and the double stroke technique. And keep working on that, number one, because it's fun, especially when you start to put in those sweep strokes and those swish strokes. That's when you really get the unique characteristics of brush playing. And by the way, you need a white coat head for that. So if you have a clear plastic head or a dot of any sort in the center of your head, you probably want to switch over to a white coat to get the best possible sound from your brush playing. So now I'm going to show you a basic pattern that applies to jazz, but also this pattern has applications across all musical genres. So learn this one and you will be well on your way to grooving like a lunatic on all styles of music. So we're going to pretend that the drum is like a clock. So when you're sitting at your drum, find 9 o'clock and put your hand there. Let the brush kind of rest on the head, and you're just going to push it around the head in quarter notes. I like to go clockwise. That means to my right. And on beats 1 and 3, I make a small circle, just like to the middle of the drum head. Beats 1 and 3 look like that. And you can do it with, you can easily, doesn't matter if you play mashed grip, it's all good. And on beats 2 and 4, I like to make a big circle. All the way around the head. All the way around the head. So beats 1 and 3, small. Beats 2 and 4, big. So little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big. And practice this at various tempos and kind of work to get your circles to be the same size so you develop some muscle memory and motion memory in your hand. I use a little bit of my fingers here because I play, as I mentioned, you can see the traditional grip, but it's also a little bit of shoulder movement and definitely for my elbow and wrist. Now if I just push the brush around the head like I'm pushing a broom, you can still hear quarter notes, and there's a slight accent on 2 and 4, or a change in pitch because I'm using a bigger stroke. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I push harder, you hear an accent. And that's on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm pushing harder into the head. So you can do anything, whoops, from that sound with all accents to really no accents and just making it fluid. But the key thing is to make it sure that it's in time, that you really hear 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's legato, 2. That means smooth and connected with no interruptions. Like if you get your brushes or your fan of your brush stuck between the head and the rim, you might have some potholes. So work on that. Left hand sweeping. As I mentioned, I spin my brush clockwise. You can spin counterclockwise. You can go to your left first. 1. That's no problem at all. If that feels better to you, spin counterclockwise. Completely fine. You can spin, your circles can be the same size. You don't have to make a bigger circle on 2 and 4. You can do that. You can make an oval. Clockwise oval, counterclockwise oval. Whatever feels good to you, as long as you have consecutive, smooth quarter notes that you can control. So that might take you a minute, and find what feels good and then stick with that motion. Now on beats, the beat with your right hand, the basic jazz beat, which is 1, 2 triplet, 3, 4 triplet, 1, 2 triplet, 3, 4 triplet, 1. Or dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. I think about this. On beats 2 and 4, I'm over at 10 o'clock, usually with a tip stroke. So if you don't remember what that is, go back and watch session 1, tip stroke. On beats 2, 3, I'm over here at 2 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, walk the dog, walk the dog. Walk is at 10 o'clock, the dog is at 2 o'clock. Now you can sweep that too and use the swish or the lateral stroke we talked about in lesson 1 and 2. Any direction, you can sweep or tap or any of those notes that you choose. And it doesn't have to be just the tip stroke either. You could use a tap or a slap if you like it. It's all up to you. It's all what you're hearing in your head. Well, get the basic movement together first, and I'm going to put it together for you. So here we are at 9 o'clock. I'm going to do little circle, big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. On 2 and 4, my hands cross each other. Different tempo. Sounds good? A little faster? All right, everyone have fun with that. And please, if you have any questions, of course, you're going to get to ask me. And I'll see you for part 4 next week. All right, everyone, keep grooving.